Hey everyone, I'm Cindy with LuLaRoe Cindy Darian, and today I'm here to talk numbers with you. So I began in April of this year, and I don't have those numbers. I'm not really sure where they went to, but my sales were somewhere around $10,000, which was incredible. For our first month out, just doing something that was a hobby for me, the whole reason I started was mostly just to have something for myself, and so to make $10,000 in sales for a hobby was incredible, and I was super fired up, and I think that it almost gave me the impression, because it was so easy for me and it was so natural for me, I think it gave me the impression that I didn't really need to work at it and I would be successful, which can be true. You don't really need to work to be successful, but to attain the success that I was hoping for, I wound up needing to do more than what I was doing, and at the time I didn't know even how successful I wanted to be or where I was going with it, and we'll talk about that later. From April 5th through the end of the month, I cleared about $9,500 or $10,000 in sales. So super exciting. Our second month out was the calendar month of May. We started on the 5th, but our entire month of May, we did $5,995.59 in sales, which was incredible. And I had kind of put a little bit less effort in, that month, and our sales reflected that, obviously. And so I thought I was treating my business like a business, and I was maybe putting forth 10 or 12 hours of work per week, and it fit in with our lives really well. And honestly, for a hobby where, your profit margins are pretty, they're very, very good and generous, and to be earning that much just for a hobby was incredible. For something I spent 10 or 12 hours a week on, that was amazing. At the time, I was very content with that, and I didn't have a problem with it, and that's great. And so as time went by, I started kind of questioning whether or not I wanted to continue with LuLaRoe. I just didn't have the direction. I didn't know how I wanted to conduct my business the most, and I had kind of gone away from doing periscopes, which is what I really love to do. I love Periscope, and I just felt like there were a lot of people there, and I didn't really want to try and build a following. It was going to be difficult, so I stopped doing that, and that was my biggest mistake, because it's what I love to do. It's a very big portion of my business, and it's almost one of the things that made me love LuLaRoe in the first place, and I had stopped doing that. I wasn't doing the things that I loved anymore, and I was just feeling very empty about LuLaRoe, and I wasn't having that same passion that I began with. So in June, this was the month before, because convention is in July, so in June, our sales were $4,661.61. And so you can see a decline in our sales as time goes by, and I'm kind of stopping, with the periscopes, and I'm not doing the things that I love as much anymore. So you can see our sales just kind of begin to, gradually decline as I sort of lose my fire. And I thought still that I was treating my business like a business, and I would, do a sale here or do a sale there, or do, pop-up in person or whatever every so often, but I really wasn't giving it my all, and I think that was coming through in my business a lot. So July, I wound up going to convention about halfway through the month, and before convention, my sales were very minuscule. I think I had maybe around $2,500 in sales, and I wasn't really giving any effort. I would just do a sale here or there, but I really wasn't putting forth my best effort, and I certainly wasn't treating my business like a business. So my sales were very low before convention, which was the 14th, 15th, and 16th, I think. Then I went to convention, and I realized how much I wanted to do this business and how much I love this business. And the reason that I was struggling in my business was because I wasn't doing what I loved anymore, which was Periscope, is my favorite, and multi-hostess events and events with businesses. That is what I love to do. And I had kind of veered away from that, and I was doing more individual in-homes, which work great for some people, but they're just not my favorite. They're not the thing that I love, and I had stopped doing the things that I loved altogether. I went to convention, I got super fired up, I realized, what is the point of doing LuLaRoe if I'm not going to cruise qualify? And so I decided that I wanted to cruise qualify. So I set my goal. I was going to cruise qualify in August. I got home from convention. I scheduled with a friend to photograph all of my inventory. She came over a week after convention. We photographed everything. And then I was sitting there and I thought, well, I've got a week left in the month and all of my inventory is photographed. I'm just gonna go for it. And so I had $9,500 to clear, and I did that in a week, which was incredible. And by like the grace of God that even happened, I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. We cruise qualified, and in July, our sales numbers was $12,245.52. I was floored. I couldn't believe it. It was so exciting just because I decided to set a goal for myself. I knew where I was going. I knew what I wanted to do, and we just made it happen, and we did sales and sales and sales, and we shared our goals with other people, and they got excited for us, and they helped us get there. And I mean, truthfully, I think that the excitement and the passion came back. And so I got really thrilled that we cruise qualified, and I shared with everyone, like you wouldn't believe. I was telling everyone, you can cruise qualify, you need to cruise qualify. I didn't think I could do it. I really never thought I could cruise qualify ever. And when I started the business, I came into it thinking, well, I will never cruise qualify, but I can do, some sales. And so a couple days went by, and that confidence that I had gained kind of began to wane as the next month was creeping up on me, and I realized, oh my gosh, I have to do this 3 more times. So as August rolled around, I started questioning myself a little bit. Really, I had incredible support for cruise qualifying in the month of July. My sponsor, I woke up the morning of the 29th or the 30th, and I said, I still have $2,500 to do in sales. I don't think I'm cruise qualifying this month. And she said, what are you talking about? You can totally do that. Go get to work. And so the encouragement was there. So I wound up talking to her at the beginning of the month. She gave me the encouragement that I needed, and so I said, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna work my hardest, and if I don't cruise qualify, at least I'll get really close, trying, as long as I'm trying. So in August, we worked and worked and worked our tails off trying so hard to cruise qualify, and I started getting really nervous that we weren't going to be able to do it. And I'm telling you guys, when you are discouraged, the most important change that I made is having an infrastructure of people around you that can encourage you, lift you up, and remind you that you can do it, and you are capable, and you are amazing. And I had so many people there to just really encourage me and rally with me and cheer me on, and that helped me, I would say, almost more than anything. So that support system, those people to believe in you, find people to network with who believe in you and have the same goals as you, and it's going to help more than anything. August was coming to a close, and we had done a couple more sales, and we wound up closing out the month with $12,091.82 in sales for the month. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. So we are halfway to cruise qualifying. Presently, we are on track to cruise qualify for September. It's still very early in the month, but we set weekly goals for ourselves, and it's halfway through the first week. We're halfway to our first milestone. So we are still keeping that pace and trying to just hit those benchmarks as we go. So we are super, super excited. The biggest changes that I made for treating my business like an actual business, one of the changes I made is when there is inventory that you know is coveted and it's one of the items that you carry and it's really difficult for you to get that item, treat your business like a business. Make sure that there's money in your business account so that you're just kind of holding on to it, so that when those items come available, you don't even have to question it. You can just go and place your order and get that inventory, and that's going to be so good for your business. Stock the purchase page. I mean, go and check that purchase, try and notice the pattern of when they're loading inventory, if there is any. Check around those times every day. Check a few times every single day to see if they've loaded up that inventory that you are trying to get a hold of. Find other people that are also trying to get that, and you guys make a pact and you'll tell each other when it comes up. Support each other. Try to get those items and restock your inventory, because that's going to help you so much. Just having those really sought after pieces that you're trying to carry, make sure that you have that for people to come back and purchase from. We started networking with people a lot more. I hand out my business card so much more than I ever did before. So make sure that as you are out and about, you are always prepared to tell people what you do and why you do it. Just be very willing to share that. Have your why condensed into a nice little package that you can just share with people. We spread light and encouragement and love to other people through fashion, and we help them to create financial freedom for themselves. Just have your why on tap, hardwired, so that you can just comfortably talk about it with anyone who you come across that you're talking to. I devote hours to working. I actually sit down and I think, okay, we're going to be running a giveaway, we're going to be doing a Facebook sale, a Row With Me sale, whatever it is. So I know we need to do photographs at this time, on this day, make a graphic for our giveaway, whatever it is. Devote some time to get those things done, because otherwise they just won't get done. And wake up in the morning and say, we're gonna get these things done, and set daily goals for yourself, set weekly goals for yourself, set monthly goals for yourself, and set long-term goals for yourself. And that helps a lot, because if you don't know where you're going, you're gonna just kind of be floundering around. And so it helps a lot to have those goals in place. I have hired assistants. I have a couple of girls that I kind of rotate with, and they will come and help me photograph my inventory, update my Row With Me, do packaging and shipping, a Periscope sale. They help me with a lot of things. Anything that I am struggling to do alone, or that would just be easier if I had help, I recruit help for. Investing in an assistant is a small expense for the amount of money that you can earn by having that assistance. It's such a night and day difference I can't even express. If a customer has an issue, we really try and address those in as professional as possible a manner. We have standards of things that we do so that we know when this happens, this is what we do. When people order a package, get it out to them as quickly as you can. Keep them updated if it's not gonna get to them. Those customer service things, just always be loving, always be positive with them. Your customers are what make your business even possible. So treat them like that. Make sure they know they're valued, they're loved, and that they are very important to you, because that's the reason that you're able to do this business, the reason you're able to earn an income and live out those dreams that you've got and those goals. Find out what it is that you love to do. How do you love to LuLaRoe? What things make you passionate about LuLaRoe? For me, the first time I saw my sponsor do a Periscope sale, I thought, oh my gosh, that looks like so much fun. I want to do that. And so that was really what made me love LuLaRoe. That is what I'm passionate about. I love Periscope. Like, I get nerdy about it. I love it so much. And I had stopped doing that. And so it really affected my business very deeply, because it affected me so deeply. So make sure that you're finding what it is about LuLaRoe that you love, and then pursue that. If you really love doing in-home pop-ups, like with a small, intimate crowd, do those all the time. Do it all the time. If you love doing vendor events, do those. If you love selling at Bible study groups, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing with LuLaRoe, if Facebook Live is like your favorite thing, then do that. Do what you love with LuLaRoe, and then your passion will come through, and it's gonna drive you and compel you so much more than if you're doing it trying to emulate someone else's methods that have brought them success. So really find what it is that you are passionate about. How do you love selling? And then concentrate on that. And there's room for the other things as well to supplement, but make sure that you're pursuing your passion. I cannot stress enough how big of an impact that has had in our business. I'd gotten discouraged with Periscope. It was hard to cultivate a following and make sure that I was nurturing that following and keeping people engaged. And so I just stopped, and it really did affect my passion for LuLaRoe. So make sure that you are figuring out how to do LuLaRoe in a way that just makes it so much fun for you, and then do the things that are fun for you. If doing a specific style of selling is very stressful for you and you don't enjoy it, it's going to come through in your sales. So make sure that you're doing something fun and enjoyable, and that's going to come through in your sales, and it's going to come through in your relationships with other people.